Migraines, headaches, facial pain, pressure around the eyes, ear pain, throbbing, base of the neck is always tight and painful. The list of symptoms here is going on. This is a comment from someone we had on one of our videos asking about certain neurological problems. There's another couple of things down here, including Crohn's disease. This person has tried a bunch of different things, and a big thing that I took away from this personally is just seeing that the quality of life has just been completely diminished. So for these kind of cases, of course, they are complex. What I would always advise is for the symptoms that you have described here, if you haven't already, please go and see your GP and other medical specialists just to rule out any red flags, just to make sure there's not something extreme. I'm not saying there is, but say there's maybe a growth or something else more serious going on with your health. Maybe there's something viral or bacterial, something that may be underlying, which may be a cause behind these things, because they can be related. However, if you have already been to see a number of different professionals, you tried a lot of different approaches, then I would advise going to see maybe an upper cervical chiropractor, someone who does address symptoms like this, because these are the cases that we see every day here in the practice. If someone called us and said, "Oh, I hurt my knee, I was playing golf," we won't book them in. We'll refer them to somebody who we think is a much better fit. When you get this kind of mix of things like facial pain, headaches, pressure in the eyes, ear pain, all of these things, all I'm thinking in my head is what's happening in the cervical nerves, what's happening in the cranial nerves. Because these areas are the ones at the top part of the neck or just above, and they're the ones that send all the information around this area. So something is happening at that top level, whether it's because of our postures, accidents, injuries, our habits, our sleep positions, maybe made worse by things like stress and fatigue. All these different factors, they all can start to contribute, and they can start to cause a problem here, which then may lead to these kinds of symptoms. And especially when something is chronic, the longer it goes on, potentially, it can start to get worse over time, because, we take a medication, we do something to cover it up, and then unfortunately it can potentially worsen as we're not dealing with the cause of what's going on. So I would advise, if you haven't already, please check in with a medical practitioner to make sure that you are ruling out any potential dangerous red flags. If you haven't, an upper cervical chiropractor may be the missing piece for your case. If you're based here in Singapore, let me know. We can try and book something in here in the practice to do a full assessment. If you're not, you're based somewhere else in the world, let me know where. I'll do my best to find a colleague in that area who can help you.